Good morning, good day, wherever you actually see this video. My name is Bolo Viana, and I'm a part of the YouTube community. I wouldn't say just here in Jamaica because this is a global space, but the content over here primarily has to do with what happens, in our government, in our society, in our leadership, because what they do, it really affects us directly. And it took me a while as a citizen of this country to understand just how much I need to be engaged with the political process of what's going on here in Jamaica. And I encourage anybody, wherever you are in the world, to do the same so that you can maneuver, properly, your day to day, your month to month, your week to week, in your own country and in your own community. Now, let me just share this right here. Listen to this.
These are the facts with Andre Williams. For the first 119 days of 2025, a total of 108 civilians have been killed by the police during alleged confrontations. This is a 138% increase compared to the 44 fatal shootings recorded in the same period last year. This marks 5 consecutive years of year-on-year increases in police fatal shootings. If this trend continues, the country risks surpassing the 258 deaths. The Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM, in its fourth quarter report, cites that out of the 189 fatal shootings for that year, 76 took place in planned operations. Of concern, 24 people killed had no gun or weapon on them, and 10 were men with mental illnesses. Body-worn cameras have not featured in any of the planned police operations this year nor any year prior. Jamaicans for Justice JFJ staged a peaceful protest on Tuesday aimed at spotlighting the escalating crisis of police fatal shootings in Jamaica and demanded accountability, justice, and systemic reform. Through this protest, JFJ called for urgent reform, not to diminish the police force, but to strengthen its alignment with human rights, values, and the rule of law. The facts are, in 2024, INDECOM received 24 rulings for charge by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. Of the 24, 9 were for fatal shootings. Among the cases in 2024 is a triple fatal incident which occurred along Windward Road in November. Charges were preferred against the police after CCTV footage provided evidence of 2 police officers allegedly executing 3 men and planting firearms at the scene after claiming a shootout. From 2011 to 2023, only 15 convictions resulted from 118 concluded cases involving state agents investigated by INDECOM. The facts are, police fatal shootings by the month are 28 in January and February, 25 in March, and 27 so far in April. These were the facts with Andre Williams. These are the facts with Andre Williams.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll make it clear first because someone must make it clear. So, I'll make it clear first. All right. So, make it go over the facts with us, all right? Flight Shark, good morning. Blessings to your colleague. Splash Teaching.
Williams. For the first 119 days of 2025, a total of 108 civilians have been killed by the police during alleged confrontations.
So, out of 119 days gone, 108. So, almost they are 11 short of unaliving alleged criminal a day. They are 11 short of unaliving. 11, just 11 short of unaliving one Jamaican citizen. And I stress Jamaican citizen because even the criminals are still Jamaican citizens. Want to hear what I say? Alright, let's continue.
This is a 138% increase compared to the 44 fatal shootings recorded in the same period last year.
So, The police force and anti-owners like to boast about the amount of people that have not, the number that have not died. But you're swapping deaths. You're swapping deaths and you're justifying the swapping of deaths. 138% increase of Jamaican citizens being unalived by the police should alarm any government, but not this one. They actually are standing behind the unalivings, and I'm going to show you a clip after this to prove my point. Listen.
This marks 5 consecutive years of year-on-year increases in police fatal shootings.
So, this is a trend. 5 years now, this trend has increased. So, you can put it down, ladies and gentlemen. Next, if you vote in this party back, well, can we say 300 plus would be unalived next year by the police, because it's going, right now it's on the trajectory easily of 200 plus based off what has happened already. It's been 4 months. Well, let me take that back. It's been 4 months, so we are already on pace for 300 plus, because for the next 4 months they're probably going to do the same amount of unalivings by police. And people say context matters, but Bolo, they're unaliving criminals. They label them as criminals. And does that make it right for them to unalive them? Does it make it right for them to not wear body worn cameras so we can, not have this conversation about the mistrust that is a legitimate mistrust in the operations of the police? Because we have seen and continue to see more abuse by the police on our citizens, and even UK citizens as well. There's a report about a UK citizen. I won't even get into that. You understand? So nobody is safe from abuse from the police force in Jamaica, not even foreigners. And the truth is just the truth. They respect, well, not they. Some of them respect nobody. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. The way out they're operating, it some of them, it really, really is distasteful. But let's continue.
If this trend continues, the country risks surpassing the 258 deaths the Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM,
brother, if not but now maybe, that the record they are going broke if this continue. You understand? Yeah.
in its fourth quarter report, cites that out of the 189 fatal shootings for that year, 76 took place in planned operations. Of concern,
76 was planned operation. Listen to this.
24 people killed had no gun.
Alright, so 24 people out of 76. That is like, I don't know, a quarter. Yeah, pretty much a quarter. No, 1/3. So 1/3 of those shootings, they didn't have a gun or a knife. How do you warrant that? Isn't that a sign, does not appear to be a sign of use of most extreme excessive force in situations? And them not shoot, they don't shoot to carry people to the hospital. Big up yourself in a splash DG. Them shoot for send people 6 feet deep. Because if you're in our operation, if you guys are that much of sharpshooters, shoot a man in them unarmed foot. Yo, there's ways of take down people without taking them out. Like, why aren't they focused on training the police to take down people and not take them out? Especially if them don't have a knife or a gun. You see why we need the cameras? The body-worn cameras immediately? Yeah.
Or weapon on them. And 10 were men with mental illnesses.
No, ladies and gentlemen, not even the mental illness safe in Jamaica. 10 of them was mental illness patient. Mighty God.
Body-worn cameras have not featured in any of the planned police operations this year, nor any year prior.
So the body-worn cameras are used on traffic stops, but not in planned operations. And one of the excuses by our Minister of Security is it is going to drop off when they run around. But I can show you several footages of body-worn cameras worn in other international countries, and them are run, them are climb, them are jump, them are swim, cameras still attached same way. So that was an excuse that showed us that y'all just don't want to have the police wear body-worn cameras. And the question is why? Why wouldn't you want them to have body-worn cameras? You, the government, the Minister of Security, and Jonas Aliyu, why wouldn't you want the police to have body-worn cameras? It's very concerning. And I'm a concerned citizen. But let's continue.
Jamaicans for Justice JFJ staged a peaceful protest on Tuesday aimed at spotlighting the escalating crisis of police fatal shootings in Jamaica and demanded accountability, justice, and systemic reform. Through this protest, JFJ called for urgent reform, not to diminish the police force, but to strengthen its alignment with human rights, values, and the rule of law. The facts are, in 2024, Indicom received 24 rulings for charge by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions. Of the 24, 9 were for fatal shootings. Among the cases in 2024 is a triple fatal incident which occurred along Windward Road in November. Charges were preferred against the police after CCTV footage provided evidence of 2 police officers allegedly executing 3 men and planting firearms at the scene after claiming a shootout. From 2011 to 2023, only 15 convictions resulted from 118 concluded cases involving state agents investigated by Indicom.
Hold on. 115 convictions out of 118 cases. So we're saying that we want to increase the convictions and also build back trust in for the citizens of Jamaica in the police. It's a win-win situation, body-worn cameras. Isn't the aim of the police to uphold the law? Huh? What happens when they don't uphold the law? They should be punished just like any other citizens, and I would go even further. They should be punished worse because they took an oath to uphold the law. They swore to uphold the law. So they should be punished worse than a regular citizen. Same thing for the politician them. They should be punished worse than regular citizen for violating the Constitution and the laws of Jamaica. Especially if they're lawmakers. But let's continue. Oh, by the way, he said something here. Yes, the video of the police unaliving the youth, the 3 youth, alleged execution style, while reporting there was a shootout. This is one of the sore points that does not benefit any argument by the government to support the police not wearing body-worn cameras. You understand? It doesn't help them.
3 men and planting firearms at the scene after claiming a shootout. From 2011 to 2023, only 15 convictions resulted from 118 concluded cases involving state agents investigated by Indicom. The facts are, police fatal shootings by the month are 28 in January and February, 25 in March, and 27 so far in April. These were the facts with Andre Williams.
So big up Andre Williams, Yankee Bless Wagwan. Ryan Campbell, salute to you. Top of the morning to you, gentlemen. Now, you heard the facts about the situation with Indicom. Let's go to Andre Stevens. Sorry, my bad. I hope yeah. Wonderful.
Oh, no, remember.
Listen to this.
But there's going to be an interesting time in this country. A very, very interesting time.
2025.
Because whilst he speak, I said to the people, if you want to know, when a picnic involved in a gun, carry them into the police, If you want to know, on the children name them on the list. Because the man literally use the PhD and write. Him use Jamaica as a guinea pig for him PhD, you know. The man used, him confirm it. He said his recent PhD has taught him how to deal with the gun crime in Jamaica. Me not think you hear what you hear what I just said, Courtney.
You know, say Andre if stop lying though. Andre, the man could have never said that. His recent PhD taught him how to deal with crime in Jamaica. And who him get the PhD from? And which school him go? Huh? Which school him go? I wonder if man, hey, you know, let me hold my questioning. Let me, mighty God, there's so much things coming to my mind right.
The man used the murdering of Jamaican people as his thesis. The man, listen to what him say. Listen to what him say about, listen to what him say about criminal and listen to what him say, Jamaica. Listen to this.
I want that message to go to every little shutter, every little gunman, every little Don who thinks that he is anonymous or that communities are going to hide him. Forget it. You think you're going to go across the border and flee to the US? No, we have made very strong strategic relations with our partners internationally. We will find you wherever you are. So we are not going to relent. We're going to continue to push, and we're going to drive this murder rate right below the regional average.
The comments from the Prime Minister follow public outcry about an increase in killings by the security forces.
And those people who are only concerned about the criminals and not the victims, we are not going to allow you to win. We're going to push hard. But we are very mindful that the brand of Jamaica cannot be associated with extrajudicial or unlawful killings.
Dr. Holdes was speaking recently at a fundraising event for a scholarship program in East Central St.
So, I just want to play it first on here and then we can go back to it. Because there's a lot to unpack from what he said. Alright? Alright, here we go.
I want
Criminal and listen to what him said, Jamaica. Listen to this.
I want that message to go to every little shutter, every little gunman, every little Don who thinks that he is anonymous or that communities are going to hide him. Forget it. You think you're going to go across the border and flee to the US? No, we have made very strong strategic relations with our partners internationally. We will find you wherever you are.
No, I don't have a problem with the police finding the criminals. I don't have a problem with that, wherever they are. It's what they do when they find them. Do they carry them to court? To justice so they can face the judge? Are the police becoming the judge, the executioner, and God Almighty? That is the problem. But let's continue.
So we are not going to relent. We're going to continue to push, and we're going to drive this murder rate right below the regional average.
Drive the murder rate right below the regional average. Guys, what do you get from that statement? Drive it below the average. I'm just asking. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Vernal, how you doing? Power Tuesday. Keep your fire burning. In argument all over the place. Chaka chaka. And laugh with killing is wrong. UK shout out. Big up yourself, Vernal. Not my word. That's Vernal. Keep those comments coming, ladies and gentlemen.
The comments from the Prime Minister follow public outcry about an increase in killings by the security forces.
And those people.
I went Saturday coming in a chat. I never see her. Splash, did you know something I don't know? After I see Saturday.
Who are only concerned about the criminals and not the victims. We are not going to allow you to win.
So, Andrew Holness said that the people that are concerned about only the criminals and not the victims, he's not going to allow them to win. Is this man out of touch with reality, or he just chooses to omit context? Some of the people that we're advocating for are victims. Their families are victims of police extrajudicial unalivings. That means them unalive the youth them wrongfully. Everybody has the right to life. Isaac Buchanan really need to take in program and teach on course on the Constitution. I will be first in class, sitting up front listening, because it looked like Andrew Holness, the leader or a so-called leader of Jamaica, is ignorant of the Constitution, is ignorant of the right to life. What kind of statement is this? This is where I have a huge problem. Listen to this.
And those people who are only concerned about the criminals and not the victims.
Sir, some of the criminals them are victims too. You didn't know that criminals can be victim of police that decide that they are the law, not that they are supposed to uphold the law. You have police that decide that them can't do nothing wrong, them are God Almighty, and only God Almighty alone is that sovereign. No power cannot question God Almighty when God Almighty move his hand. You understand? So what are you talking about? That people are just concerned about the criminals and not the victims. Police are not the only victims. Lloyd, how you doing? Police are not the only victims. Police lose their lives serving this country. Some of them honorably, some of them really inner things. Right? Them inner corruption. And depends on the level of corruption within there. Hey, these things happen all over the world. So why are you, the Prime Minister, acting as if you don't know the reason why body-worn cameras was a thing in the first place? It's because of all the lies that police told all over the world. Police abuse people sexually. Men, women, girls, boys. It happens, sir. But there's another thing you said here that was very disturbing outside of, making it seem like the people that the criminals, and I'm not defending the criminals, I'm defending the Constitution. Everybody has the right to life, no matter how bitter that might be for some of you. Even God tells you that vengeance is of the Lord. It's not of the police force. It's not of Andrew Holness. It's not of Dr. or Horace Chang. Vengeance is not yours. Vengeance is of the Lord. And for you to separate yourself from being an animal or a beast, right? A beast-like thinking would be to exact your revenge on the criminals. And it appears with your rhetoric, Andrew Holness, that's what you have mandated the police to do. We have given them this. You and Horace Chang have given them this message, and you have reinforced it here by saying what you just said.
Security forces.
And those people who are only concerned about the criminals and not the victims, we are not going to allow you to win. We're going to push hard. But we are very mindful that the brand of Jamaica cannot be associated with extrajudicial or unlawful killings.
So, the brand of Jamaica cannot be associated with the extrajudicial killings. You notice what he did there? And this is my opinion. What I'm understanding from that is he's concerned about the optics, meaning how it looks. So we cannot have the brand associated. So as long as we can control the narrative, and globally we are not seen as we are just executing people because they are called criminals or because they are labeled criminals, we should be in good stead. That is what I'm hearing from Andrew Ones, when he says this. The brand Jamaica cannot be associated with extrajudicial killings. Well, the evidence we would get from the body-worn cameras would either associate us with extrajudicial killings or let the world know that we are serious about eradicating extrajudicial killings from the option of the police, because we would have accountability with body-worn cameras being used properly all the time when on operation. So all the skullduggery could not be done. You ever thought about that? But it's the optics alone you worry about. How it looks internationally. And this is why you guys don't like vloggers. This is why you guys don't like people on the internet that have the freedom to speak and give their opinion and analyze. Right? Because you never know when one of these videos is going to go viral. Ladies and gentlemen, can we get this video viral? I have 54 of you watching. Can you share this with 20 people? Thank you. Let's go.
Dr. Holdes was speaking recently at a fundraising event for a scholarship program in East Central.
Hit the like button. So, yeah, in conclusion, it's very, very clear to me what is going on here. And I want you to tell me what you think in the comment section. Your honest opinion about what the Prime Minister is saying. Yes? Yes. Remember to hit the like button going through the door. Hit that like button, man.